Got a new project going on the Silverado. I'm going to be showing you guys how to remove the bench center, the one that does not fold down, to the one that does fold down. It is very, very, very simple, but there's one special tool that you actually have to have. I'll show you guys what exactly it looks like. Climb in here, which is this socket here. This is a special star bit that is needed to get the front bolts out here. So you have to have this exact tool. You can get it at your local Harbor Freight. Inexpensive. I didn't pay. Oh, this is a Matco one, so I paid like $10 for it. But when you're taking the seats out, I started with the passenger side, and the passenger side you're going to run into more plug-ins. You have this one here, this one here. Yeah, that's it. On the powered ones, you're going to run into motors and unplugging a lot more. But since this is the base model, you don't run into much. Just make sure you pull your locking clips out. The one to this, I have no idea where it went. It just kind of disappeared in this mess. But you're going to have two of these nuts. Have one there, one there. Like I said, use a special socket. I had to just use a regular, a half-inch, or half-inch drive, or 3/8. Oh my god, I can't talk today. I had to use a 3/8 wrench, and kind of put it this way underneath the seat, and break those free. So this is an older truck. It's got a lot of rust. It was kind of a pain. And then the back bolt, you're going to need an inverted Torx. Let's see there. I just used a 11mm socket, and I was able to get those out with no problem. They are a little rough to get out, but crap in there. That'll work. Okay, so that's the passenger side. Oh, sat down. And here's the driver's side. Don't know why it's sitting like that. That kind of upsets me a little bit. So I got to straighten that out, and then here's the driver's side where you're just going to run into one plug. When you're doing this, if you're pretty... This truck sat for so long, and it has so many leaves and stuff in it. I'm going to give this a good vacuuming before I start throwing the seats back in. But same thing on this side. You're going to have a bolt that goes through here, a bolt that threads into here, and then your two nuts there and there. I have to straighten this out, so I have to take this back out, straighten that, and then drop everything back in, put the seats back in, and then I'm done. So I will walk you through the process on that when I come back. Okay, so put the passenger seat back in here. Just make sure that you're actually line it up with that, or else the bolt holes won't line up. I think my track is off. Yep, crap. So I gotta, I need to fix that. And make sure that your tracks line up. I obviously didn't, so I'm going to have to fix that so I can put that bolt in and that bolt back in. Here's the plugs that I was talking about. These just go for airbag and seat belt and whatnot, so just make sure you plug those back in, or else you're going to be looking at an airbag light. So this just goes just like this, clips back in. It's hard to do with one hand. Just like that. Locks it in place so you can't push it down. And this just snaps in there like that. And then here's the other plug, which is this. Like I said, I lost the other half to that, so this just gets plugged back in as such. Really hard to line this up with one hand. All right, plugged back in. Take the little slide clip, slide it back onto the metal. There we go. And you have your little plastic piece. So I'm just going to throw it back on real quick. Most people don't put it back on, but I'm kind of overconscious about it. There. So there's that. Now I just got to make sure that the track slides back into place so I can so I can get the seat bolted back in. All right, simple enough. I just pulled the lever and then just took my hand and slid that back. So now what we're gonna start getting our bolts put back in here. Just make sure everything's lined up right. I got a gun just to make my life a lot easier. So run it back in. Okay, done. I'm gonna go over and make sure that they're tight with my ratchet, but it just makes this process go a lot faster. So then we're gonna take the seat, slide the seat back. Now we have where our nuts go, right there and inside of there. So take your nut, slide it on there. Make sure everything's all nice and straight. Take your socket, just kind of throw it down in there, tighten this down. I think on that side, I'm gonna grab my ratchet, slide this forward again. Let go. Slide this back again. I'm gonna be doing a lot of back and forth. So I'm gonna get these tightened down, and then I'll come back when it's tightened down. Okay, so everything is bolted down nicely. Not going nowhere. Back bolts are tightened. Like I said, go back over it with the ratchet just to make sure everything is tight, because you don't want to be going down the road and hit the brakes and your passenger starts hitting the dash. It'd be funny. You get a couple laps, but it also, you don't want that. So this is the center console I put in. Fits very nicely with the seat all the way back. The color, a little bit off. But since this is a base model truck, I couldn't put the motorized seat in there that matches this. So still gray, still doesn't look bad. And now I have an armrest, which is mostly the only thing that I've cared about since I got this truck. So now just for the steps for the driver's side, you're just going to repeat all the same steps, then go from there. All right, so today got a quick little video for you. Today I'm going to show you guys when you're up at a junkyard trying to pull automatic or, you know, not manual seats, automatic seats, how to use battery, 2 jumper wires to get the seat moved. So if you need to tilt the seat, what you're going to want to do is there's should be a little prong or wiring harness that goes to the back of the motor, about right here. What you do is you cut that. You take your 2 jumper wires and a little DeWalt battery, and you can look here on the battery, it says B plus or B negative. So obviously you'd want to have 2 different color wires. So what you're going to want to do is take the B plus wire, shove it in there, B negative wire, put it in there, and then when you're getting ready to take your plug it into the motor, and attach your 2 wires to your positive lead and your negative lead, and that'll make the seat move in what direction you want. And if you want, say, this seat to move forward, I had to switch the polarity, so negative to positive, positive to negative. I'll show you here quick what it does when I hook this up. So there's no battery in this vehicle right now, because we're up at a junkyard. But now I'm going to move the seat backwards. Okay, I'm going to switch. Put this lead, and so your negative lead is now in your positive lead, and now your positive lead is going to be in your negative. Now the seat's moving forward. And now, up here in the junkyard, I can now get to the bottom bolts to take the seat out, because today we're removing the center console. So, that's it for your quick tip of the day. I'll see y'all guys in the next video.